Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Gebo the Shaman, and today we are talking about what happens when we have Rahu placed in your 7th house in your D1 birth chart. Now, as you may or may not know, I am a Vedic astrologer, not a Western astrologer. However, some of the concepts and principles I will be discussing can work for your Western chart, although it's not preferred. So there's that. Alright, so Rahu is also known as the north node of the moon in Western astrology. So Western astrology would be north node of the moon, and in Vedic astrology it would be Rahu. Now the south node of the moon is called Ketu in Vedic astrology. So there's that. Alright, so I am a Vedic astrologer, and you can check all my services, all my products, courses, services, everything that you could possibly want is down here at gebotheshaman.com. The link is down below in the description, and I have some bundle sales going on right now, so you can check out all my products, courses, services, everything that you see listed here and up here. That is all for sale, and it's bundled up, so you can get like multiple courses for the price of one. Alrighty, so let's see here. So we're talking about Rahu in the 7th house today. So in order to understand this placement better, we need to understand what Rahu means, and then we'll talk about what the 7th house means. Put them together, and we will create our own analysis from that. Alright, so what does Rahu mean? Rahu is the north node of the moon. Now Rahu, what happened was, so we have Rahu and Ketu, right? The north node and the south node. So what happened was, at one time, they were the same deity. They were, Rahu is the head, Ketu is the body. They were one single deity, or I guess you would call them an earthly spirit, like a Rakshasa or a demon, I believe. Forgive me if I'm wrong about that, but anyway. So Rahu is the head. So he's cut off at the neck, and Ketu is the body. So there's that. So the thing about Rahu, wherever you have a Rahu placement, you need to understand that Rahu is all about unfulfilled desires, addictions, gambling, just going after earthly pleasures. It's like that. You want to be satiated, you want to be filled, you want to be full. However, so this can lead to addictions. However, Rahu does not have a body to feel full. So, he wants to feel full, so he eats and eats and eats and eats, and there's no stomach or body to, provide that sensation of being full and complete and whole, and so he's lacking that. He's going after what he desires, hoping to feel full, but he'll never be fulfilled. Okay, so this represents addictions, sex addiction, love addiction, alcohol, drugs, sex, food addictions, things like that. So yeah, so then now what does the 7th house mean? So let me see, how I am on time. Good. Alright. So, what is the 7th house? The 7th house is the house of relationships, marriages, long-term relationships. So, if you're together with a person for 6 months, that doesn't really count in terms of the 7th house. Long-term partnerships, things like that. So this is even business partnerships, marriages, anything where you have a legal contractual agreement with somebody else that you will do this and they will do that, and it's a contractual bond, a contractual relationship kind of thing. So, that's pretty much what the 7th house represents. It represents other people. So, we have Rahu here. And Rahu is the identity. It's very selfish. It's unfulfilled desires, addictions, things like that. So we already explained that ad nauseum. So in the 7th house, Rahu is looking to other people for fulfillment. Rahu is looking to a spouse for fulfillment. He thinks that if he can just get somebody to love him and to marry him, then everything will be fine, right? So, same thing with Rahu in the 5th house. Oh, if I only had children, that would solve all my problems. No, it will not. Rahu in the 7th house. Oh, if I only had a spouse, that would solve all my problems. Sorry, it won't. You are you, no matter what. Unless you work on you, nothing's gonna happen. So, Rahu, 7th house. So this can lead somebody to be very codependent. And codependence is an unconscious addiction to other people. So if you have Rahu in the 7th house, coda.org, check that out. So Rahu in the 7th house will, this is the kind of personality that will just do anything to please their partner. Rahu is the trickster, so he might blackmail someone in order to get them to marry them, or it's the it's just devious and not it works behind the scenes. It works in devious ways to get people to do what it wants. It's this position is very manipulative of your spouse. So, you gotta watch that, because you're going to be manipulating your spouse a lot. Now, this could, this also has a lot to do with your relationship with your spouse. So it could describe your spouse in a way. Your spouse might be very headstrong, might be very business oriented, might be very goal oriented, things like that. And so, yeah, you'll have to see the sign that's placed here. Like if it's Aries, it's going to be more fiery, more passionate, more intense. If it's Cancer, you're going to be if it's Cancer here, you're going to be manipulating your spouse, or the other way around, because and it's going to be based on your emotions. So you'll be emotionally manipulative, which is abusive. Just FYI. So yeah, there's this like kind of feeling like you would be empty without your partner. You would almost like you would die without them. So this is once again very unbalanced. Anywhere that you have Rahu and Ketu, it's going to be unbalanced. It's going to be a difficult axis for you to work on. So the 1-7 axis, first house, 7th house, is probably the most difficult axis to work on, because this is a direct tie into your identity. Because you wouldn't be dependent, you wouldn't want to manipulate and control and dominate your partner if you were okay within yourself. So this comes from an ego insecurity, something that didn't get developed in your ego, which is called let me think, individuation. So it kind of ties into the codependency thing. Alright, so let me see how I am on time. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about this. Is just, you gotta please get into therapy or something. Like, everybody wants to have a healthy and equal and loving relationship. That can't happen if you are being codependent on somebody. That can't happen if you are being manipulative or using emotional blackmail, or being destructive in any other way. So with Rahu Ketu, this creates an identity imbalance where you need other people to give to you to make you feel whole within yourself. So that's the thing. It's like, because if you have Rahu in your 7th house, you're going to have Ketu in the 1st house, which means that you will lack your identity. You will have no identity. You will feel so disconnected from yourself that you'll have like no other choice but to depend on other people for your sense of identity, value, worth, well-being. It's not a good placement for Ketu. So, however, like with anything, guys, these placements aren't here to curse you. The whole, oh, I have, Mars retrograde, or I have, Jupiter in a bad place, or Saturn debilitated, or whatever. No. Go see my video on, what is it called? Like malefic planets and things like that to get a better understanding of this. But those planets are there to provide you a weight. Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't become Mr. Olympia by lifting 5-pound weights. He did it by lifting very heavy weights. So these negative placements in your chart, or so-called negative placements, are there to teach you, and are there to help you learn lessons in life that will assist you in your karmic, in paying off your karma and all that. So this is a very important understanding. So anyway, guys, that's about it for me. And yeah, that's it for me, and we will talk to you next time. So if you're interested in any of my courses, products, services, you can go to gebotheshaman.com. Alright? And of course, if you like this video, you can give it a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, we have the Vedic Astrology Certification course, which is basically designed to take you through how I do a Vedic astrology reading. And it is basically, step A through step Z. It comes with a written PDF guide on how to do those steps, so there's no confusion. It's very simple. And so if you're interested in becoming a certified Vedic astrologer, learning a lot more about Vedic astrology and things like that, then you can go to gebotheshaman.com and pick up that Vedic astrology certification course. And when you pass my certification exam, I will give you your very own website to become a professional astrologer. So you can start making your own money and turning it into a side business. You can even go as far as you want with that. You can make it your own full-time income if you like. It just depends on how motivated you are. But it is a good side hustle in this economy being like it is. So there's that if you're interested in astrology. I also have my birth time rectification service. So if you like Vedic astrology but you don't know what your exact birth time is, a lot of people come to me with this problem, and I'm like, oh, there it is. I ask them a few simple questions and get them to tell me certain dates and times and things like that, and within a few weeks I can get their chart nailed down to the span of a minute. So that has been very helpful to my clients. So not a lot of astrologers know how to do that or can do that. Not a lot of astrologers are expert enough to do that. So there's that. Another thing is I have Vedic astrology readings. So I do my standard reading that I do for everybody, and that includes a 1-hour consultation with me. And then I do readings and consultations around Vedic astrology, which include career readings and relationship readings, and those all include your own private consultation with me. Alright, and then we have the birth time rectification. So, or the, let's see, I talked about that. We have the Cosmic Qigong course and its self-transformation challenge. You can see me doing some Qigong or Kundalini yoga there. So this Qigong package is just a basic Qigong package course, and basically it's designed to open up your meridians and get your energy flowing, and it's done miraculous things for me in my life. It just makes me feel good, and it's an incredible program. So check this out, Cosmic Qigong, or you can check out this one, which is called the Self-Transformation Challenge. And this actually includes 3 levels of Qigong practices and a morning practice, which includes Kundalini yoga. There's a meditation in there. There's all kinds of stuff in there. So I would sign up for the Patreon. You can go to patreon.com/Gebo the Shaman right there. And the link is down below as well. So then we have the distance energy healing. So a lot of people think that's just for physical illnesses. However, it is very powerful for emotional healing and cleansing as well, because that's what I do as a shaman. 99% of all diseases or illnesses, in my humble opinion, I am not a doctor, are caused by emotional imbalance or emotional suppression, the inability to tolerate your emotions, the inability to have your emotions, and the, we were all, a lot of us were taught to suppress our emotions, and that's how we get by. So this distance energy healing basically releases all those trapped emotions because they get stored. Emotions get stored within the body as disease. So it releases that, and then you process those emotions, and then you heal from that. Alright, so then we have the career coaching and life coaching. I also have so I'll talk about the career coaching and life coaching. So, a lot of people come to me, they are so unsure about their life path and things like that, and just don't know what their passion, what their path, what their purpose is in life. And this is what I call the soul desire. So if you want to know what your soul desire is, what you're supposed to be doing in life, then you can book a career consultation with me. And then we also have the life coaching available. So I am wanting to work with people as a life coach in regards to childhood trauma. That's like my big thing, because we can heal from that, and it's kind of my thing to help people with that. That's what I want to get into anyway. But yeah, then we have that available, life coaching. And then we have the emotional awareness course. So this is a course that I am still kind of working on, and it's great for childhood trauma. Like, I'll be putting on some like meditations and things like that there, guided meditations to heal childhood trauma and things like that. So there's that. Yeah, and I think that's about it. So guys can check out everything that I have to offer down at GeboTheShaman.com. Alrighty, so with that being said, we shall talk to you next time. Peace.